What's going on, everyone? Well, I was listening to a podcast. I think it was yesterday. And I overheard it. The podcast I was listening to was called Expanded Perceptions or Expanded Perspectives. And they get into like conspiracies, cryptozoology, all that jazz. And I was just kind of doing something around the house, I can't remember, and I overheard something about a wolf belt in Germany. That it was believed that there was these things called wolf belts back in the day that would transform you into werewolves. And I don't know, I'm kind of a weirdo. Me and my wife collect like occult items and stuff like that. Hell, back when we had an apartment of our own, we had like literally a whole shelf and whole collection of different occult items. Pendulums, Ouija boards, spell books, tarot cards, you name it, we were collecting it. If we didn't have it, we were trying to find it and get one. So my ears kind of perked up listening to it. So I kind of looked it up and started researching it. And I came across this crazy story. So I want to tell it to you all. Give you a little bit of background knowledge on it. And let me know in the comments what you think. I personally enjoy this stuff like cryptozoology and occult items and stuff. So that's the type of stuff I cover. So I figured I'd see what you guys think. During 1589, Stumpp, and it's spelled Stumpp, had one of the most lurid and famous werewolf trials of history. After being stretched on a rack, which is like a torture device, and before further torture commenced, he confessed to having practiced black magic since he was 12 years old. He claimed that the devil had given him a magical belt or girdle, which enabled him to metamorphose into the likeness of a greedy, devouring wolf, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like fire, a mouth great and wide, with most sharp and cruel teeth, a huge body, and mighty paws. Removing the belt, he said, made him transform back to his human form. No such belt was ever found after his arrest. So that kind of sucks. That's the part where my ears perked up. Not that I would ever actually get that specific one, but I was like, man, that would be so dope to have like that in your occult collection, occult item collection, where I'm a collector myself. That would be pretty dope. So yeah, the belt was never found, which is fishy, you know. That anyone who knows anything like history-wise knows about like the witch trials and all that jazz, and they were having werewolf trials and stuff too, so craziness. For 25 years, Stumpp has allegedly been an insatiable bloodsucker who gorged on the flesh of goats, lambs, and sheep, as well as men, women, and children. Being threatened with torture, he confessed to killing and eating 14 children, 2 pregnant women, whose fetuses he ripped from their wombs and ate their hearts, panting, hot and raw. I personally think this dude suffered from lycanthropy, which, if you know what that is, it's like mental illness in which you believe you become a wolf, you know, which he later described as dainty morsels. This dude was heavy metal. There needs to be like a black metal song written about this. One of the 14 children was his own son, whose brain he reported to have devoured. Not only was Stumpp accused of being a serial murderer and cannibal, but also of having an incestuous relationship with his daughter, who was sentenced to die with him, and that he had coupled with a distant relative, which was also considered to be incestuous according to the law, in addition to this, he confessed to having had intercourse with a succubus sent to him by the devil. So there you go, talking about succubuses, you know. Check out a video I made a couple days back on Lilith, and I go into detail on what a succubus is. Crazy stuff. Everything kind of connects in a way. That's heavy metal, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I find that stuff interesting. Truth is stranger than fiction. So let me know what you guys think about it. Give me a thumbs up, a like, share, subscribe, and y'all have a good day.